up for me, but you could take 5, 6, 7, 8 pages to file a motion, tens and thousands of dollars of—
You won't believe what happened to Teyana Taylor. The story that's about to unfold is shocking, emotionally charged, and filled with twists that most people never saw coming. By the end of this story, you'll understand the full scope of what happened, from the hidden struggles and quiet betrayals to the public fallout and the secrets that were almost buried for good. This isn't just celebrity drama. It's a human story about vulnerability, trust, and survival under a spotlight that never turns off. Teyana Taylor was never just another celebrity. From the moment she stepped into the public eye, she carried herself with a presence that demanded attention and respect. She began her career at a young age, showcasing not only her vocal ability, but her undeniable talent as a dancer, actress, director, and cultural force. Every performance felt intentional, every movement powerful. She wasn't chasing relevance, she was defining it. Her artistry radiated confidence, discipline, and control. To the public, Teyana appeared untouchable. She was bold, self-assured, and unapologetically herself. Fans saw her polished performances, her confident interviews, and her ability to dominate any space she entered. But behind that carefully maintained image was a real person navigating pressures most people could barely imagine. Expectations were relentless. Privacy was fragile. And trust, as she would soon learn, could be dangerously misplaced. For years, many believed they knew who Teyana Taylor was. They believed they understood her because they had watched her grow up in front of cameras, listened to her music, and followed her journey. But what happened recently shattered that illusion. It served as a harsh reminder that no matter how strong someone looks on the outside, real life doesn't discriminate. Fame does not protect you from betrayal, humiliation, or heartbreak. It all began quietly, almost invisibly. There were whispers online, subtle hints buried in comments, cryptic posts that only those paying close attention noticed. Nothing concrete, nothing explosive, just enough to create unease. And then, without warning, everything changed. A video surfaced, one that was never meant for public eyes. A deeply private moment was exposed in a way that felt invasive and cruel. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was devastating. In a matter of hours, Teyana's life was thrown into chaos. What should have remained personal became public property, and the consequences were immediate and unforgiving. Social media erupted overnight. Platforms were flooded with opinions, theories, and judgment. Hashtags trended. Memes spread. News outlets rushed to cover the story, often without verifying facts. Everyone seemed to have something to say, yet very few actually knew the truth. In situations like this, assumptions can be just as damaging as facts, sometimes even more so. Behind the scenes, Teyana's team scrambled to contain the fallout. Publicists, lawyers, and advisors worked tirelessly to slow the spread and regain control of the narrative. But the internet moves faster than any crisis team ever could. The video circulated endlessly, and suddenly every aspect of her life was under a microscope. Her relationships, her past, her career choices, nothing was off limits. The question on everyone's mind was simple but dangerous. Who was responsible? Speculation ran wild. Some believed it was an act of revenge by a former lover. Others suspected betrayal from someone within her inner circle. There were even theories that it was a tragic accident in an era where privacy barely exists. The truth, as it often is, was far more complicated than any single theory suggested. What made the situation even more painful was the public reaction. Teyana had spent years building her career on talent, discipline, and authenticity. Yet suddenly, people who once praised her artistry were dissecting her personal life instead. Every move she had ever made was re-examined. Every word she had spoken was scrutinized. The judgment was relentless. Still, not everyone turned their back on her. Many fans stood firmly in her corner, questioning the morality of sharing such content, and calling out the culture that thrives on public humiliation. These voices didn't erase the damage, but they reminded Teyana that she wasn't entirely alone. As days passed, more details emerged. Sources close to her revealed the emotional toll the incident had taken. This wasn't just about embarrassment. It was about betrayal, anger, and a profound sense of vulnerability. For someone who had carefully maintained control over her image and story, having that control ripped away was nearly unbearable. Then came the unexpected twists. It became clear that this wasn't a situation involving passive bystanders. Some individuals weren't just watching the drama unfold, they were actively participating. Friends who were supposed to protect her trust were accused of sharing information or facilitating leaks. Business associates and romantic partners were implicated in ways that deepened the sense of betrayal. Even industry figures who had once claimed loyalty appeared to be playing their own games. Through it all, Teyana's public response remained measured. She didn't lash out. She didn't apologize for something that wasn't her fault. Instead, she issued carefully worded statements that reflected both honesty and strength. She acknowledged the pain without surrendering her dignity. In doing so, she showed the world that vulnerability and control don't have to be opposites. But that composure came at a cost. Privately, she was forced to reevaluate nearly every relationship in her life. Trust became scarce. Loyalty felt uncertain. The entertainment industry, already known for its instability, revealed its harshest truths. Allies became suspects. Familiar faces felt distant. The aftermath rippled through every corner of her world. Career opportunities were paused. Endorsements were reconsidered. Friendships strained under pressure. Yet amid the chaos, Teyana began the slow process of rebuilding. She leaned on the people who had proven themselves reliable. She sought guidance from trusted advisors. And she focused on what she could control: her craft, her voice, and her resilience. Public fascination never faded. Every appearance, every post, every silence was analyzed for meaning. Some observers softened, recognizing the injustice of the situation. Others remained unforgiving, clinging to rumors instead of facts. Through it all, Teyana continued to move forward, showing that dignity doesn't disappear under scrutiny. As more insider information surfaced, the picture grew darker. What initially seemed like a singular incident was revealed to be the culmination of long-standing tensions, jealousy, and hidden agendas. This wasn't just a leak. It was the result of complex human motives and calculated decisions that had been building behind the scenes for years. One of the most heartbreaking realizations was just how fragile privacy had become. Even as a public figure, Teyana had every right to boundaries. That right was violated in an instant. Yet what could have destroyed her instead became a turning point. The experience forced her to learn painful but invaluable lessons about protection, discernment, and self-worth. Over time, she became a symbol of resilience. Her story shifted from scandal to survival, from humiliation to empowerment, from betrayal to triumph. She showed that mistakes and exposure do not define a person's value. What matters is how you respond when everything is taken from you. There were still consequences. Relationships changed forever. Some people revealed themselves as unreliable, while others emerged as unexpected sources of support. Reputations shifted. Careers were affected. But Teyana's commitment to her integrity and artistry never wavered. Then came the revelations that shocked even the most skeptical observers. Insiders suggested that jealousy, ambition, and revenge played major roles. What once appeared accidental was now understood as intentional. The realization that betrayal came from within her own circle added layers of pain and complexity. When Teyana began speaking more openly, fans finally heard her truth. She spoke about fear, vulnerability, and the challenge of staying confident when the world seems determined to tear you down. But she also spoke about determination, healing, and an unbreakable commitment to her craft. By then, the narrative had shifted completely. This was no longer just about a scandal. It was about a woman who faced extreme adversity and refused to be defined by it. Media coverage became more nuanced. Public conversations focused on resilience rather than ridicule. Teyana Taylor was no longer just a headline. She was a testament to perseverance. Just when it seemed the story had settled, new details emerged, adding complexity and suspense. But through every twist, Teyana remained grounded. She didn't let the scandal define her. Instead, she used it to clarify her priorities and strengthen her resolve. In the end, her resilience became her greatest triumph. Even under intense scrutiny and extreme vulnerability, She reclaimed her narrative with dignity. And that, more than any scandal, is what truly defines Teyana Taylor.